Okay, so Genesis 22. I hope if my memory card is not full yet. So let's go. Offering of Isaac. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham. Chai. And said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, so that Abraham will not think it's Ishmael, whom thou lovest, and get thee unto the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass, and took two of his young men with him, and Isaac the son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him. Then on the third day Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his younger men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand, and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, son. Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together, and they came to the place which God had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered him up for a burnt offering, all in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, In the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn, said the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. So Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt at Beersheba. And it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she had also borne children unto thy brother Nahor, Huz his firstborn, and Boaz his brother, and Kemuel the father of Aram, and Chesed, and Hazo, and Pedash, and Jidlaph, and Bethuel. And Bethuel begat Rebekah. These 8 Milcah did bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother, and his concubine, whose name was Reumah. She bore also Teba, and Gaham, and Tahash, and Makkah. I can never get used to this episode of the Bible. Like this is part of the Bible stories that makes me to believe that God will not give you a temptation that is bigger than you. I believe that this temptation was not bigger than Abraham. It's bigger than me. You can't give me a child and tell me to go and sacrifice the child. Like, how do I process it? I am of the opinion that Sarah does not know that this is happening, because the Sarah that I've read about will never allow Abraham to carry Isaac. Sarah, we died there. So it's pretty sure to me that, of course, for Isaac not to know what is happening, I mean, Sarah definitely does not know. So let's go and sacrifice. Of course, Sarah will be open to it. Go worship the Lord. That's what we are supposed to do. Take our son, show him the way of the Lord, introduce him to Jesus. Meanwhile, my man is going to make a sacrifice. Like, I can, this beats me on all ground. And imagine the impression this leaves on Isaac. Isaac sees that his father is committed to God, and he starts to learn from a young age to be also committed to God. This is amazing. This is a miracle. There's no way to describe this thing but to just call it a miracle. Hope you enjoyed the reading and the blessing of the Lord. Thank you, because I have nothing more to say to this. So just let me know your reactions. This can never be me, but to the glory of God, Abraham followed God, honored God, and got the blessing.